What's happening? So just wanted to make this video in regards to the first video I put out, just introducing semen retention. Because I have a lot of homeboys and I'm sure you guys are out there and you guys got friends that are gonna give you shit about this. Because this is a fucking crazy concept to not bust nuts like we're taught to do since we were first introduced to busting nuts. So you're probably saying, Dylan, how am I just gonna go about life not busting nuts? You seen Instagram. These Instagram models, the dating apps, ass and titties everywhere, right? I got you. I understand. I'm right there with you. You know, it's called discipline, right? Self-discipline. Get used to that word, get used to that term, because that's going to get you through life and just this journey in general. So when as far as not busting a nut, just as far as not even having sex, that's because that's advanced, but just not jerking off, right? I'm sure you heard of sexual transmutation. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, look it up. Think and Grow Rich is a great book by, don't know the name of him. I was just reading them last night too, just listening to the audiobook of it. But anyways, Think and Grow Rich kind of introduces that concept where basically that same energy that you had that makes you want to have sex, makes you want to jerk off, the sex drive, right? Which, by the way, is one of the most powerful forces on earth as a human, at least. That same drive can be transformed into something bigger and greater, into creative energy to make anything, really. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, right? Think about back in the day, our grandparents, even their grandparents, way, way back. Do you think they were really busting nuts and jerking off all the time like we do? Just fucking think about that for a second. Think about your grandpa. Do you think he was beating his dick every day? Can you even imagine that? How that doesn't even look right. That doesn't even sound right. You know? And think about how masculine those dudes were. Back in the day, dudes was masculine as fuck. Think about dudes weren't balding so easily. If you look at some like vintage like 1970, 1960 shit of like a 20-year-old dude, the motherfuckers had long hair. They had crazy hair and shit. Beards, easily growing beards. Right? I saw some old pictures of some like rock bands and shit and just like, and they had crazy hair. Everybody had hair and just, they were masculine. They were confident. They were assertive. Now think about dudes today. Think about what's going on today. Dudes are weak. Generally speaking, not all dudes, but a lot of dudes are really feminine, weak men. Men, right? So you just got to think about overall. You got to paint the big picture, man. You got to look at this shit for how it is, man. Dudes are emotional now. Dudes used to be super logical and, you know, just straightforward, domineering, straight to where they got to go, on path, focused on their goals and shit. So with that said, let's think about the sexual transmutation, right? So whenever you get these urges, because they're going to come, they're every day, you know, you're a man, you got balls, you got a dick, you want to fuck on something. I got you, right? So here's a great way to think about your nuts and just your sperm and these sex drives that you have every day as a man, right? So your body is telling you, hey, look at that. That's an attractive woman. Look at that. I'm horny. I'm hard. I'm ready to fuck. Let's go figure out a way to go fuck that chick, right? But for whatever reason, we've been taught to look at porn, release that feeling, that quick relief, right? It's a quick, I'm trying to think of the word. It's a quick satisfaction. Feels great for what, 7, 10 seconds, 15 at the most. And then you're back down to zero. You're back down to ground zero, starting from scratch. Your body's got to rebuild that shit back up. You don't want to bust a nut right away. Again, you're done. Your dick is done. Your dick literally shuts off. You ain't going to get hard anytime soon. At least for 15, 20 minutes. You know, if you really want to go hard, go at it. But that's what I used to do. If I was feeling horny in the morning, I went through some streaks. I went through like 2 weeks recently before I got into this shit where every morning I was horny as fuck and had to beat off to get rid of that shit. It was bad. And I'm coming from a real place, y'all. It was fucking horrible. And I knew it while I was in it. This is before I knew about all this semen retention shit. But I knew it was a bad place. And I was like, I got to get out of this shit somehow, some way, you know. But we think that when we get this sex urge, we got to release it. When instead, you should be reinvesting that shit back into yourself, so to speak. Almost like reinvesting in your business. If you guys out there with businesses, it's like just spending money just because you got it. No. Take that money and reinvest it back into the business so you can make the business grow and prosper. It's a very similar concept. You want to take that drive, that ejaculation, keep that shit inside. I know it's fucking hard, right? You get them urges, it's okay. But what you need to do is, when you get them urges, what I recommend, take that energy that you have and convert it into something productive. Convert it into something that you know will make you better. And that can be anything. That can be working out. That can be financial, business, coming up with business ideas. That can be, just something creative, a creative outlet, writing something down, go paint, go make some music, something productive, something that's going to make you better. Because think about it. When you bust a nut, you are creating. That's your mind, and your body thinks, I'm creating another me. Literally, that's what it's for, right? So instead of that, create something else. Create something that's going to leave a long-lasting impression on Earth while you're here for this short period of time that we're here, right? It's literally creative energy. Go write a book, something. That creative energy thing is real, man. Because it's literally, you're creating another human. Think of how fucking magical that is. You have the ability to create another human being. That's the most powerful energy you have. And yet we're busting that shit into old laundry, some tissue. Trust me, I know it sucks when you realize this shit, because this shit blew my mind too. I'm gonna drop gems in this shit, but fun fact to think about: every time you bust a nut, your ejaculations contain a little bit of cerebral spinal fluid. Yeah, believe me if you look it up. Your nuts contain the same fluid that's in your fucking spinal column. That is the same shit that goes to your brain. So basically, when you bust nuts, you're releasing brain matter. You just dumping that shit out, that precious stuff, right? And it's so deep. I can get really deep into it. I'm already at 10 minutes on the video, but take that energy, man, and create something great, something productive, something that you really want to do. What do you really want to do in life? You know, I've been wanting to make YouTube videos, and a bunch of shit, comedy. You know, I got a podcast, I got a business I'm doing. What do you want to do? Go fucking focus on that. Get you some discipline. And guess what? Another fun fact, right? So when you don't bust, you're taking this long time to bust. Your body's like, damn, why haven't we busted? Why haven't we already created another version of ourselves yet? So what does that mean? Your body, what is that going to do? Your body's basically saying, oh shit, we ain't the best version of ourselves yet. So we need to go out here and create the best version of ourselves to attract the mate that we want in order to reproduce. Does that make sense? Think about that. That's what I really wanted to get to. It took me a while to get to it. But when you hold that shit in, your body's like, damn, we gotta make the best. We have to reproduce. We're not fucking no women. Your body's like, we ain't busting into no women, so we gotta be better. We gotta attract those women. And how do you do that? You go out and you make shit and you create in the world. And women are gonna come. They're just gonna come. Trust me, the law of attraction is extremely real. Don't believe me? Just try it. Appreciate y'all listening. If you haven't already, man, go ahead and subscribe, man. Give this video a like. Share it with somebody. Follow me on Instagram at Dylan Chillin'. Y'all be easy, man. Peace.